weeks.
Like,
Lots.
It's been 6-ish odd weeks.
Yeah.
COVID's hurting everybody here.
It was Dan's fault.
Talking points.
It's just Dan. It's just Dan's fault.
I've been busy, and then someone else caught a cold, so we had to be careful, wary of the sniffles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
I've just been here, just doing the thing,
Yep.
living life.
So anyways,
Facebooking.
welcome back to Talking Points. Yeah, getting hammered and going on Facebook. It's just as long as he stays away from the Talking Points page.
I want him to enter the talking points.
Oh God, no! Please.
Please enter it.
Please.
Stir the shit.
All right,
That's it.
fine. If it's sports related.
Yeah, like talk about LeBron James and his politics. If it's sports, like he has amazing logical politics. I like it.
Yeah, you're next.
You're next.
Wow. Anyways, before we go back to our old ways of being a political talk show.
Political sports.
Political sports. Welcome back to Talking Points. As always, my name has not changed in the past 6 weeks. I'm Daniel Fernandez. This is Giancarlo Malache.
He's just dumber.
It's Jean. Wait, what is it? Jean Lecoq Grande.
Jacques Lecoq. Jacques Lecoq.
What
did you do to my rooster?
There's something wrong with you two fucking idiots.
You don't know the movie?
And this is James Miller.
You don't know the say you don't know the movie. What movie is that?
I don't know.
Bro, get this guy. Take off the jersey. Number one.
Hey!
Number one.
She'll get the no slipper.
I'm sorry.
I saw a meme where it was like all the hockey movies, right?
Yeah.
Which hockey movie is the best one? And they did not have it.
Goon.
They did not have the Love Guru in the options.
That would
and
be
everyone
why.
in the comments is like the Love Guru. Like,
That would be why. No, I sat through exactly 6
The Toronto Maple Leafs win the cup.
I sat through 6 minutes of that movie,
terrible.
and it was fucking painful.
I saw that movie in theaters.
Yeah, me too.
Right? With Jordan. We're watching it. The whole fucking place is silent, and me and him are fucking
dying.
crying.
It's hilarious.
It's just so stupid. But like, what was it? Stephen Colbert killed me in that movie.
Into me, I see. Into me,
It's
I see.
so dumb.
Yeah.
It's so bad, but it's funny.
Yeah.
And it's like the only movie that you'll see.
Any movie where the Maple Leafs win the cup is a good movie. Okay?
So
period.
We've gone from a political talk show to a sports talk show to fucking Roger and Ebert over here. Like, what the fuck, man?
That's Ebert and Roper.
Is it Ebert and Roper? I said Robert. Whatever. Fuck it. I don't even know.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Fuck.
We're going IMDb on you.
Oh, Jesus
Rotten
Christ. Fucking hell. Maybe they'll take you.
Okay. Topic number one. We got a lot to cover today
I know.
because we missed 6 weeks, but we're going to keep it, important.
We're going to break it up into 2 different episodes.
Yeah. So, topic number one.
Look at us. We're all professional. We write our ideas down. Good job, James.
No problem.
Even though he writes like a blind toddler.
Jack Campbell came in and won.
I had somebody tell me I had
And won how many
interesting
games?
writing.
11? Was it 11?
11 in a row.
11 and 0. 11 in a row. And that's
Set
it. Like
the
no
franchise
losses.
record.
2 shutouts.
Yeah.
That's one.
Set the franchise record for the best
Weren't they
start.
back-to-back
Yeah.
shutouts?
No, I think he lost a game in between.
And hey,
They
credit.
did lose a game.
I'll go first on this. Like credit, I always give credit where it's due. So I was wrong on the whole topic of the goalies in regards to the results at the moment.
Yeah.
Right. I just personally think like a stock. If it shoots really up, you sell. Right. So I think we're gonna see like the human that Jack Campbell truly is.
Well,
in the coming couple of weeks, possibly the playoffs.
We did see that in I think the last 2 weeks.
A little bit, right?
He had a rough patch.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I mean, Riddick. We got Riddick. He came in. Again, I'll just touch base on what I was talking about before, where I think the decision to play him was kind of wrong in that game, and I think it's kind of not giving him the confidence and not giving him the, getting set.
True.
And that's what's kind of, he hasn't played well. The first game he actually played pretty well. Went to overtime, we lost.
Yeah.
It is what it is. But then after that, he looked like a Timbits hockey goalie. He was letting in some shots that no goalie should be letting in.
Right, and the main question though of the goalie, controversy in Toronto right now is, we have Anderson injured. We don't know when his return is, more or less. We don't even know if that injury is like kind of real or the severity of it. Because why did you get Rittich? You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like that.
I think especially with this season, there's been a lot of uncertainties. There's been a lot of, just injuries can really play a factor. And I think they did it just in case.
Right.
Just in case Anderson doesn't
I think you're
come
right.
back.
I think
or
you're right.
what if Jack Campbell goes down? They need somebody that's had
Yeah.
playoff and
Right.
game experience.
I think it's.
and they're not set with Hutchinson.
I think it's a good just in case.
Yeah.
I think it's a good one. It's not the best. We could always do better, but it's a good just in case.
Yeah.
But the main question, like they know the situation. Everyone listening, the main question is this: scenario time. Anderson is good for the playoffs. What do you do, Anderson? You know what I'm trying to say? So. Like there's a couple of things. Like, do you just give Jack Campbell the right that he has earned?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You gave him the chance. He's capitalized. How do you not go on with him? And then what's his leash in the playoffs?
Yeah.
You only got 4 games, and it's against Montreal, by the way. Like the odds of it being Montreal is like 80% right now.
They have 7 games, but I know what you mean. Like you need 4 wins.
No, I'm saying yeah. Like
I know what you're saying.
if Jack Campbell goes down 2 games. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like that kind of stuff. So
as I was gonna say is I think it's the all determining game, like game 1, and that is the question. If Jack Campbell wins game 1, you start him game 2, and then you let him play game 3.
I see.
You let him play it. If he loses game 1, you start him game 2, and then you start Freddie game 3.
Okay.
Because when they have to go and travel, you
Right.
start Freddie.
And just so you know, when you do, and by the way, we're talking now 2 weeks ahead of now. That's going to be I think a tad over 2 months of Anderson cold.
Yeah. So see, I
he's
think
practicing.
they have
right?
talked.
That's why I say let him see the playoffs.
They've talked about him getting some games in beforehand, but the problem is now is the cap situation.
Mm-hmm.
Now they can't necessarily bring him right in because I think he's sitting
Is
at
that-
$5 million or 5.5 or something like that.
And who ruins that?
They went and got Foligno. So
But we're not
they
paying.
got
We're
him.
not paying for Foligno.
Well, that's the
luckily.
thing. They got a lot of the money, but they only have. I think it's like. It's very small. Like it's like 1.3 or like 2 million free.
So how do you get
Basically, you.
So if they go into the playoffs,
right?
cap doesn't matter. They're okay.
Oh,
Right?
Yeah.
The cap
Oh.
becomes kind of
I
null
didn't
and
know
void
that.
at that point in the playoffs.
okay.
But the situation is right now, if he was to come in, they would have to send guys down.
Right.
So they would have to start sending a bunch of guys down to the
I
minors
say
and
it's
free up that money. Right?
Alexander
And
Kerfoot.
also they have the situation where they can put potentially Bogosian and Hyman on LTIR, which will also free up that money.
Right.
So I think Hyman makes around $3 million or so, 3.5. Bogosian only makes, I think, the league minimum. I think he signed for.
They're gonna make it work. If Anderson's healthy tomorrow, they're gonna make it work.
They're gonna figure it
And
out. They
I
have
think-
ways to
I will
do
give
it.
Kyle Dubas that he is a cap wizard.
Sure.
The man
I'll
is
give that.
the man is incredibly
Yeah.
good at working around a
He's
cap.
good. He's good at cap. He's just really bad at fighting the
he
players to
literally-
lower the cap.
He literally, what's gonna happen? You're gonna see some
Yeah.
picks go to San Jose. You're gonna see some picks go to Columbus because those guys took money. They literally held money so that we could have Foligno.
Yeah.
Because there's no way we were able to get Foligno if they did not take that money.
So they're gonna put Anderson in. They're gonna figure that out. So now, if you're Keith, if you're the whole management, I would want Anderson to play as much as possible, not to replace.
Before the playoffs.
I would say Campbell's like the distinctive number
Well, now
one.
that they've clinched, they can kind of fuck around a bit.
Yeah,
Right.
but one
You
second.
still want to keep your spot, obviously, which you can't lose, I think, because they're too far ahead.
Right. I would want to play Anderson though, just if his slacking continues even after your break, right? It's like crystal clear now.
Yeah.
Right? It's like in a way because it's like his injury has given him the break. He was playing every game, right? And it's 4 games a week.
Sorry, 1 second here, please. Yeah, we're still filming. Good.
Okay. So he was playing every game. It's 4 games a week. It's COVID. It's a weird year. Like Vezina Trophy winner Hellebuyck. Go look at his last 10 games. He's a mess. He got pumped 6 goals from Edmonton.
Leafs chased them, 6 shots, 3 goals?
So, yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's a weird year for
every.
everybody. It's no excuse, but it's a weird year. So if you give Anderson that break, he comes back, he starts slacking. It's crystal clear. Campbell's number 1.
Yeah.
But if he starts doing good, it's back to back now.
I still think right now, if we start playoffs tomorrow, Jack Campbell's the guy. Whether Anderson's healthy or not.
Yep.
Yeah.
Jack Campbell is your starter.
Right.
And you start with him and you see where now if he gets shelled the first game,
Sure.
you know what I mean? Then you go, okay, do we go to Anderson or do we give Campbell another shot?
Right.
I think at that point you're gonna probably say we're gonna go with Anderson if he gets shelled.
Yeah.
But if it's a tight game, he only loses 2-1, you go back to Campbell.
Yeah.
Right? And that's kind of the situation it's in right now because Campbell's been your guy. He's gotten had that 11-win streak, which I'm not even worried about that. It's just again
He now technically has
how
more
you
wins.
see him in the net,
Mm-hmm.
how confident and calm he is, and how it calms the other calms the team.
I
down.
know, yeah.
You can see the way they play in front of him. They seem more confident, more poised, and more relaxed when he's in the net.
Yep.
When Anderson was there, they looked kind of panicky. They were making a lot of mistakes, and it just was kind of like they weren't helping him as much as he wasn't helping them.
Yeah, I don't.
Right, and it's unfortunate because I still think Anderson's a good goalie.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not taking anything away from him. Right? Do I think he's the best in the world? No.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's a good goalie, but he makes his mistakes and he lets those goals, and that kind of hurts the team at times. And I think they've had enough of it.
Yep, I hear.
And especially with this team, there was games where you saw it happen,
Yep.
and you could see they were like, "Fuck this." Campbell came in, settled it down, and got them feeling more confident, and it gave them the opportunity to do what they're doing now.
I hear what you're saying.
Right? And obviously, they went through their rough patch again with Campbell.
Yeah.
But it's gonna happen. Every goalie's gonna.
Oh
go
yeah,
through
for
that.
sure. I would say one last thing on the Campbell thing. Visually, I mean, if you ever get a chance to get a glimpse of what Campbell looks like in a net, just position and all that stuff, he truly reminds me of Vesa Toskala. He's a small guy. I'm not even trying to insult him. It's just
He's just not letting goals in from the goal
Yeah.
from behind the goal line.
it's Vesa Toskala in net,
Yeah.
and it's
Poor Vesa.
to me. A small goalie in this day and age, where they inch the net a little bigger, every couple of years, and that kind of stuff. Then they restrict equipment size on the goalie, and you got these snipers, not like freaking 1980. You got real flexing stick snipers. It's only a matter of time where his vulnerabilities are gonna really pick him apart. That's my opinion, but he's good right now, and that's
You're
it.
wrong. You're just wrong. I've decided you're wrong.
Sure.
Wrong.
Sure. Yeah.
Let's
It's a good thing to be small of
We're
a
just-
goalie.
We're
yeah.
just gonna start the wrong count.
Yeah.
So in one of our next episodes, we're gonna do our NHL playoff bracket, I guess
Yeah,
we can
please.
call it.
Yeah.
And we're gonna see where everyone stands, and we're gonna flash back to, I believe it's our 6th or 7th episode, where we did our predictions. I can already tell you right now, I'm wrong.
We're a mess. It's all a mess.
I'm wrong on one. I think I'm wrong on one
It's a mess.
currently.
It's a mess.
Fuck you, Winnipeg.
I was right about a couple.
Fuck
I think I
you,
was wrong on
Winnipeg.
some too, right?
Right.
That's the way it is.
Okay, so let's
Anyways, so moving on.
next dash there.
Yeah, I know.
So I think we're either going
Oh no,
the
not
benching.
Yeah, the benching.
Oh, all right. Moving on.
So like John Tortorella and company.
Oh no, well, no, I'm not even getting into torts. 'Cause I respect torts. First off,
What started this?
how dare you? How fucking dare you? The guy didn't even know there was a team meeting, and you're gonna bench him? Fuck you.
Wait, which happened?
Fuck you.
No. So
The kid's a stud. You try to bench him, he comes in, he fucking
Tell
hits you
them
two-
what you're talking about. They don't know which player.
so apparently
Disgrace.
William Nylander missed a team meeting.
Oh, I didn't know
And
this.
he was supposed to be benched, but circumstances happened where a player was injured in practice, and they weren't able to bench him because they had nobody prepared in the taxi squad
And then he gets you 2 assists
due to injuries and whatnot. So William Nylander ended up playing.
on your power play.
So they kind of kiboshed the whole thing because I saw it pop up and then it just disappeared, and I was like, "Where did it go?"
That was like
So
one.
they
in
were like,
50.
"No, just hide that bit
Yeah,
of
yeah.
information."
Okay.
So again,
How dare you even think?
okay, look, the coach is not in the wrong here. You're
He's
gonna
in the
get
wrong.
mad about it because I know Willie's your boy, and and hey, he made a mistake.
Is he your
Shit
boy?
happens,
Shut up.
right?
Don't give
Like,
my jersey.
mistakes happen, but the coach isn't wrong to do that because it's happened to Ovechkin,
Okay.
one of the greatest goal scorers of all time.
Yeah, I
and
get it.
he's been benched because of being late to
Yeah.
practice or
Okay.
not showing up or whatever. Because at the end of the day, a business or not, if you're late for work, what happens?
Okay,
They
yeah.
might send you home
I
or
talk-
whatever the you know
I
what
talked
mean?
my way out of it as fast as humanly possible.
But when it
and hope
comes
I
to
don't get
that,
fired.
they do it because it's sending a message not
Yeah.
just to him, but to the whole team that you are not, as important as anybody else on this team.
Okay, put your finger down there, mom.
Go fuck yourself.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
So it's this topic is very speculative. Like the specific situation seemed kind of like, hey man, like you understood why you missed it. I get it. But the overall is like we understand why there's discipline from management and all that stuff. But I thought we were gonna go a little bit more like on the on ice stuff because like John Tortorella
Yeah,
has
for
just
sure.
been.
So that's why
Okay, so
I
sorry.
was saying being
Moving
late
on from
poor
the
play,
first issue.
right? So
We got the
when
first
it comes,
issue.
When it comes to poor play, like you've seen a couple guys be benched recently, Patrick Laine, which we all know.
Patrick
And then
Laine?
the other guy, Patrick Laine.
Yeah.
he just gets
Well,
benched.
actually,
But now-
everywhere he
Nylander's been
goes.
benched a few times.
Now,
too.
just
With Babcock.
this
no,
week
no, with Keith.
I didn't
He's
know
been
that.
benched.
now just this week that passed,
Yeah.
Mark Scheifele was benched.
Really?
And he said, I don't understand, like, pretty much he didn't understand why, whatever. Obviously, the coach sees something out there that you're doing or that you're not doing, right? Maybe you're have some bad tendencies. I'm sure he told him why,
Right.
but maybe he still disagree with it. But hey, if the coach sees something you're doing and he doesn't like it, he's going to tell you. You know, you're going to sit for some time.
Sean Monahan. I don't know if he got benched, but Sutter came in and started. He insulted Goudreau and Monahan.
I love
like,
it. Yeah.
hey Goudreau, hey Sutter, what do you think about Goudreau in his 1000th game or 500th
Yeah.
game?
He's got his 500th game tomorrow. He said, I hope he played better than his
He goes, I hope he plays.
Yeah,
he goes,
his
I hope he has more energy in his 500 than his 499.
That's
what he said.
You know, and
That's
it's
good.
perfect response, and it was just the players are not responding to this tough coach, and that's what all the analysts were saying. Jeff O'Neill, all this shit. It's like, bro, like shut up.
Yeah,
Wait, it's a dying. Tough coaches are a dying breed.
But that's what they're trying to say now.
Oh
is that,
my
but-
god.
Like guys
no,
like
sorry.
Daryl Sutter have.
Sorry,
they're
sorry,
trying to
sorry.
say that he has no place
Just
in the game
to
anymore,
just
but
to
I don't
clarify,
agree with
just to clarify your point. So Gaudreau, Kachuk, and Monahan
Yeah.
have seen it's like an average of 3 minutes of ice time taken off their
Yeah.
taken off.
Oh,
them.
yeah.
So that's
Because
that's what they haven't been benched.
because you're
But
playing.
Sutter's taking
sorry,
it
the
away
thing
from them
is,
because they don't
sure,
play his
if
style
you're
of
playing
hockey.
like asshole, you get less minutes.
Period.
You want to start smartening up and playing to the system and doing what you're told.
Right.
You'll get more minutes.
You have your second and third line and fourth line that are dying to take your spot. That's the whole point, right? Like everyone wants your spot, right? So like Mangiapane, for example, came in and he started on the fourth, third, and he's on the first.
But
He's
see
on,
now
you know what I'm trying to say?
an unfortunate situation for a player that just got traded. So Sam Bennett.
Yep.
He was playing under Daryl Sutter's
Right?
regime.
I
And he
heard
was
you
happy. He was starting to get more time. He was feeling better. Then they trade him. The guy's been on fire.
Fire. I know.
He just had what was it? 3 assists last night
Yeah.
against Nashville.
I know.
Right?
It's a better team.
He's had. I think
better
he's
team.
he's almost up to 20 points now in like 40 some.
I hear you.
games.
Yeah,
And he was
absolutely.
at like
It's a fresh
maybe
start. It's a new atmosphere,
No.
right? He was almost
because
like
he's getting minutes. He's playing
Yeah.
with good players and he's getting a chance.
No,
Si-
the person who's been really impressive is Tanner Pearson. Signs that big ass contract and then just starts shelling goalies.
Yeah, but I'm
He's
trying
been-
to. I'm trying to.
I know
talk
what you're
about-
saying.
What I'm saying is like.
Or
sorry,
Taylor Hall.
Like someone like Bennett wasn't necessarily benched, but Bennett was getting
No, but
low
seriously,
minutes.
Don't say that name in my presence.
Right, like Bennett was getting low minutes. Like end of the game,
Yeah.
he's not getting out there. He's getting benched. Now he's getting put out there and he's actually doing something.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
he needed a moment. I was actually hoping the Leafs went and got him, and that was one guy I was hoping they would get because he's got a lot of. Energy.
he looks like a Leaf. He does.
He would love to come here, but
Yeah.
they were asking for a lot, and we were like, no, we're not going to give that.
Oh, sorry. That was my other point. Sorry, you mentioned Mangiapane there, and I just wanted to do like the Don Cherry. Like, that's a good old Bolton boy right there.
Yeah.
Good old Bolton boy.
Man's it bad.
Sorry, we're all from Bolton, and Mangiapane, you're a hero.
So,
Peter Holland.
what was I gonna say? Yeah, but Sam Bennett right now is almost like the Kadri story. The Kadri story was like first round pick, and they just never gave him that right. And every little chance he got, capitalized, and they still never gave it to him.
Yeah.
Right. And it's almost like Sam Bennett it was the same type of story. They never gave him that first line chance.
Yeah.
You know, it was always third line. You got to fight for the second, and then we're gonna put you back anyway.
Well,
Same thing with the
especially
Kadri, right?
with Kadri, they dogged him.
Oh man.
Like, now-
what a sad story.
I remember when they got Tavares, and I was like, okay, like you got a lot of firepower, but they were like, oh, they're so deep down the middle, and they're talking about Kadri being a third line center. I'm like, that's not where you.
How about you put Kadri with Tavares,
Exactly.
who play? They love each other.
So now, especially that season,
Oh my God,
Marner was
man.
playing with Tavares. If you had Kadri on the left or right wing, whatever, I think you got Marner and Tavares.
Yeah.
They would have killed it.
Kadri would have been fine with it too.
Kadri had back-to-back
Yeah.
30-goal seasons,
my
and the
God.
kid can score.
Yeah.
And you're gonna put him on a third line.
And you know who that would put up
like,
on the
what are
top
you
line?
doing?
The boy you tried to bench.
Which one?
You bastard.
Nylander.
Oh Jesus.
Oh,
He was
God,
on the
Nylander.
top line.
Oh my God. Anyway, okay, so yeah, I mean,
Will Nye the Sniper.
I
Will
think
Nye, the sniper, yeah.
overall, I think benching should. I mean, Yeah, bench. Whenever the coach thinks it's time to bench, it should not get political. It should not. You should not have like management. Hey man, why'd you bench the kid? You know,
it's always with
you're not down here. You're up there. You manage. You give me the players. I manage the players.
It only happens though when it happens with the stars, right?
Yeah.
So like, oh wow, Ovechkin got benched the last like 5 minutes.
Sure, whatever.
Look, it's like I said, if you're playing like asshole,
right,
you're gonna get set. That's it.
That's it. Period. That's all.
You play like asshole, sit your asshole on the bench.
Right. And you as a coach, you should never let your team dictate to you how to discipline them.
Okay, so then now I have a question. I have one question. It's on the benching topic.
Is this a William Nylander question?
No. Okay. So we're all Leafs fans, obviously.
Sure.
Watching the Leafs play the past 10 games, if you had to bench a player for their performance, who would it be?
I won't go first. I think.
No, you can go first.
Morgan Riley.
Yeah,
going after you, bud. I like the 3-on-3s. I don't know. Like, yeah, everyone's gonna hate on me because he puts up points. I'll give it to him. He's a great offensive defenseman, but he lacks the second part of that that title.
Mm-hmm.
He's just not sound defensively and not where I would want for a team heading into playoffs.
Zach Bogosian. I know he just got injured a couple of games ago, but overall, like Zach Bogosian this whole year, just every time he touches it, I get nervous, really nervous. His passes are not precise. I want to see his passing completion percentage. That's what I want to see. And then as a big boy, doesn't look like a big boy on the ice. His presence isn't really anyway. Zach Bogosian.
I'm on the same sentiment as him with Morgan Riley, to be honest with you. He's just moments drives me nuts. I think if I was a coach, I'd be sitting him down a couple times. Just give him
Okay. Sorry. Maybe not benching, but 3-on-3, like we said.
Whatever. There's moments where
put on holy moly.
Anyway, whatever.
Yeah.
But a little small tidbit I'm going to throw in there just for fun. Barabanov got his first NHL goal playing for the San Jose Sharks.
Well done for him.
And it was a game winner.
Well done for him.
Is that significant?
It's not significant. We traded him, right?
So
I'm just saying,
I don't know I don't know. I'm assuming everyone's old enough to actually know it's from Is it Sesame Street? I can't remember.
No, it's the Muppet Show.
Anyways, it's the Muppet Show. You remember the Manamana? Yeah, we did that for Barabana.
Always.
We miss him for that sole reason. We had a good time saying his name every time he touched the puck.
Quickly, let's talk about
I always watch San Jose games.
No, we could.
Patrick Marleau.
Patty Marleau.
Yeah. So
I'm happy.
Breaking records.
So most games ever played by any NHL player, Patrick Marleau. He passes Gordie Howe for I'm not sure how many games, 1,700?
1,780 something.
Yep. And just to put a little bit of detail in it, Gordie. So like Patrick Marleau's what 42? Patrick Marleau's what 40, 42?
Yeah, something like that.
Something like that.
40, 41.
And Gordie Howe was 53 years old when he retired. He did take a hiccup, he retired at 45, and then he came back into the NHL because his sons were playing in it. All three of his sons were on the same line as him on the Hartford Whalers, right? So that's why he was 53.
How?
Yeah. So that's why he was 53, but he didn't play all the way till 53. But overall, it's really hard to beat. And he did it, right? He did it at the age of 40-something, right? Instead of 53. So
just to touch on that point, you also think about the fact he's played through 2 lockouts? As well?
1, 2, 2.5 because of
and COVID, so
2.5.
2.5 seasons gone.
I wouldn't say 3, but they shut down.
And he's a player. And he's a player. I believe he passed it right now too of the most consecutive games played.
Ironman streak.
Yeah.
Yandel's right up his ass for number 2.
Yeah. So they stole it from Yandel. Remember, because they benched him at the beginning of the season. Those bastards.
No, they didn't. They played him out.
Did they play him?
They played
him. Right, they did. But
he was still ahead of him.
So going back to the whole point here is, congratulations to him.
Yeah,
he's played through, and it's something. I saw a weird stat or something. He's played with something like 36% of all NHL players to ever touch the ice. It's some ridiculous stat like that because there's 8,000 NHL players to ever play, and he's played with 36% of all NHL players to ever play the game.
Really crazy.
That is nuts. I'm gonna go on a limb here, and I'll say actually I'm kind of happy he did it in a Sharks jersey.
Yeah, it's
I
fitting.
think it's
honestly at the end of the day, that's where his heart
and it
will be forever, and he should retire there at the end.
And it sucks how he was 2 games away from a Stanley Cup. If not, was that a game 7?
Game 7 in
one game.
Pittsburgh.
Yeah, it was and not even 1 game, like 2 goals away from a Stanley Cup. Yeah. You know, so like he deserves it. I mean, that whole team, Thornton deserves it.
Speaking of Thornton, the one thing that I loved was like obviously everybody did like their tributes and like they sent up videos and stuff like that. I don't know if you boys seen the Leaf one.
No.
So Marner Matthews.
Yeah.
So they sent him a video.
Yeah.
Right, and they're talking like, hey Marlo, you know, thanks for, you know, fucking everything and whatever, you know, congrats on what you did, you know, and they're like, thank you for letting us jumbo, you know, he's really fitting in here and he's in the background naked. He's naked with the stick, doing stick handling, he looks over and he's like, and they're just like, and it's just funny. He's blurred out, obviously. Just he's out there naked, fucking playing with the stick.
And just to kind of quickly add up all of the games that Marlo couldn't have played because of lockout / COVID is about almost 200. I would say 180 games because lockout 2013 had 42 games, half season. Right, this season is 56, and last season was about 60. So you got like a total of 2 seasons in total.
Yeah.
Right, so call it about 160 to 180 games.
In the NHL game should be 99.
Yeah, exactly.
So essentially, this record should have probably been broken 2, maybe 3 years ago. Right, so. It's honestly,
and he would have tacked on 2 years on top of that. Think about that.
That's right.
Yeah, so realistically, he would have had 160 more.
Yeah, and I hope we remember this when if Ovechkin just falls short from the Gretzky thing, from the Gretzky record, because Ovechkin's rookie year was a lockout.
Small question, I guess.
You know what I'm saying?
For Gordie Howe, I know back in the day, weren't the seasons a little short? They were shorter, right?
Oh, way shorter.
Okay. So that's why he was able to.
I think they were 60
because he played till he was like
60 or 70.
I know that the when it was the original 6, it was 40 something games a season or 36 something like that. Like, it was really like 3 games a week was your max.
Really compact.
Yeah. No, with 3. No, it was like a long season.
But I mean, like the number was compact.
Yeah. Because it's only 6 teams. Like, what do you have to prove here?
No, true.
You know what I mean?
Sorry. Along this. Carry on with the Marlo thing, but I just wanted to add one thing on after.
Okay.
We're done this.
I think we're done with the Marlo thing. It's just a recognition of it.
Sorry. I just wanted to recognize one other player too. I posted it on our Instagram there. Andrew Shaw has officially retired.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
29 years old. Concussions.
Doctor told him.
You know, it's unfortunate. I was one who posted it. I've been a big fan of Shaw. I love the way that guy played. Even though he played on Montreal, that bastard. But as soon as he went to Chicago, I became a fan.
Well, he was on Chicago, and then he went to Montreal.
And then back to Chicago.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But like, anyways, while he played on Montreal, I couldn't be a fan.
Gotcha.
But no, I like that guy.
Completely understand.
He played great. He played great hockey. It's unfortunate. Especially in this day and age, like I'm amazed, like with everything going on in the world, like we have a new virus that we've somehow figured out a cure for, and we can't figure out a flipping concussion.
New brain.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Think about it that way, boys. Like we spent all this time, money, and research, and we can't stop a concussion.
Just turn him into RoboCop.
I agree with that.
And cancer. We can't figure that one out.
No, I haven't figured that one. That's a good point too.
$1 trillion have been invested, but yeah.
Cancer beats out concussion by like this much.
I mean,
it's a dark joke. I'm not serious.
Okay.
I'm not actually. Please don't come at me.
Yeah.
There you go.
But
somebody gonna come at you.
Yeah. So Andrew Shaw, you know, how many cups did he get? Was he a part of that?
Two.
So he
did he not get 3?
Did he not get traded and he came back?
2 Stanley Cups. I watched his entire tribute video. He got 2.
Okay. 2 cups.
2 cups.
You know, hey. I mean, you're in the hall. Automatically, you're in the Hall of Fame forever. Just be, your name's on the cup, right?
Well done, Patrick Marleau, Andrew Shaw.
Okay, moving on. Last hockey topic of the night. Should the North Division exist forever?
No.
But you know who got 3 cups?
Did he not? No, he did not. Did he actually? Oh my God, terrible.
The GOAT.
Yeah, 3 out of 9 finals.
As much as anyone thinks that, I'm a Nylander fan, don't even come at me with Hossa. Don't even come at me.
Yeah.
Don't come knocking on my door, because I promise you, you'll be met by an ill reception, sir.
Yeah.
Or ma'am.
Okay, sorry.
Okay, so should the North Division exist forever?
No.
I say no. I don't care for it that much. I do enjoy the Canadian rivalries, and I do enjoy... So, I don't know. Like, maybe they need to figure out a way that they're going to play more games against each other during the regular season, because usually I think we play the teams from the West, like Calgary and Vancouver,
Twice.
About twice.
No, it is twice.
So,
It's once there, once here.
Maybe add some more games, and we can play teams like fucking Vegas less, where we don't give a fuck, or whatever. Like, so maybe we play them 4 games, right? Do it.
Yeah.
We're there for a fucking 2-game. They come here for a 2-game.
I'm in the same boat. I do enjoy sort of the Canadian rivalry. It's actually been really fun, like, talking with like my Canadian friends that aren't hockey fans, and being able to sort of talk a little bit of shit, as opposed to, well, we beat you in game 1 of 2. It's like, cool, bro, you won rock, paper, scissors.
Yeah.
Good fucking job. You're sick. Like, but no, like these actual series and being able to like see what they have makes it a lot more interesting. And I think a lot of people are probably on the same page with that.
Yeah.
Like, they like seeing the closer teams. Like, sorry.
That's okay. Sorry.
Yeah.
Just to add to you, just before the game ended tonight, there was a fun fact. Leafs beat Canadians for the 5th time in one season, for the first time since 1967.
Wow.
Right. So you know what I'm saying? Like I like the Montreal and Toronto should constantly in soccer.
So,
it's Real Madrid versus Barcelona, and that game has a title to those
Or
games.
no, here's another one. Before the game,
I forgot the title, but yeah.
Before they talked about it was 1979 was the last time that the Maple Leafs and the Montreal Canadiens met each other in the.
And we're gonna be seeing that. Like the odds of them playing are about 80% right now. If Vancouver doesn't win,
with Calgary.
no, it's Vancouver. It's Vancouver.
Vancouver's on the way up too.
Vancouver has 5 games in hand, and both Montreal and Vancouver lost tonight. But if Vancouver wins all 5 games, and like to catch up, they will face Toronto, and Montreal will be kicked out.
See, now the main reason I don't want to see this division continue is because of the comments.
Oh, the softest division.
It's just it's
It
the
is.
cupcake division.
It
It's
just
just
is. Yeah.
I wouldn't say it is. I would not say it is, because there's shit teams in every division.
Yeah,
right?
I know.
Like Ottawa's a punching bag. Detroit's a punching bag. The San Jose, LA were kind of
LA,
punching bags up
Minnesota,
fronts.
Anaheim.
They start
Minnesota.
Minnesota's up on the rise now.
They're
On
the
rise
weirdest
now.
team in the NHL.
Oh, they are.
They look like, you look at them on paper and you go, they're gonna get butt fucked.
Yeah.
All of a sudden they're fucking 4th in the fight. You're like, what the fuck
It's
is
true.
going on?
It's true. It's true.
But I'm saying there's punching bags in the league. There's always a punching bag, and now in those divisions there was a punching bag in every single fucking division.
Okay.
Right? But what I'm saying is I don't want to hear this shit anymore. I'd rather see the Leafs in a tougher division, facing against Boston, facing against Tampa Bay, to really see what we have. Because I don't want to hear this shit.
Right.
I don't want to make it in. We beat everybody in the Canadian division. We go in and face another team. And we get fucking slaughtered.
Yeah.
That's what I'm worried about. I don't think it'll happen. Especially if we go face Boston.
Right.
We're gonna take them to fucking 7 again.
Yeah.
Will they beat us? Potentially. Most likely.
So
Who
yeah.
knows? But
So I would say
history repeats.
I would say I don't think it's
say.
I don't think it's a good idea. Like, if they were to exist forever, this league, I don't think it's a good idea. But if we have to go back to the way it was, I would stick with this. The way it was, the structure, it's terrible.
That's
terrible.
another point as well. That fucking wild card stupid situation
my God.
is so dumb.
We're
And
not baseball.
The reason they're doing it though, Giancarlo, is because wild card, baseball, the States.
I know.
And what does Bettman always want to do? He wants to push the game into the US.
I know.
Which I get.
I know.
But it's not helping. You're not helping the game. You're hindering, and you're actually pissing the players off, because they've said it multiple times. They do not want that format because they're getting fucked.
Right.
Your top team is playing a random wild card, and then the second fucking seed is playing the next best team below them. Yeah. That makes no sense.
Bring back the Nordiques.
Shut the fuck up.
Okay, no, come on, stick to the topic.
But I'm saying, like, it doesn't make any sense.
Back to Canada.
It's stupid in my opinion.
It's very dumb.
And it's not fair, because why should the Leafs have to play Boston, right? Like, if it was in the format, we would have played Washington that year, who is still a good team and a tough matchup.
Yeah.
But we're not playing fucking Boston.
I want to see 1st versus 8th. I don't want to see 1st versus potentially a 6th, 4th and 7th.
Because you
Like-
get rewarded for how you play. Not, oh, you
Yes.
finished 2nd? All right, you're going to face the fucking 3rd best
Period.
team in the league.
You got
It's like,
first, you get
what?
the easiest road. You came 8th, you have a shot, but you got to do it. We saw Calgary and Edmonton do it. They went all the way to the finals, 7th and 8th place, and multiple other teams in the last 20 years have done so.
And I just don't understand
yeah.
how a league just goes, like, your whole league is saying we don't want this, and they're like, we're going to do it anyway.
Yeah,
Go
yeah,
fuck
yeah.
yourself. Like,
And on the
these are the guys
structure-
making you the money, and you're telling them
Yeah.
to get fucked.
No,
the
you know what it is?
structure, man.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Great idea.
Yeah.
Fuck off.
So main question, right? So would you rather the NHL stay the way it is versus the way it was? One extreme and the other. I know you don't like this, but do you hate?
I think,
That's the question.
and I'll say it in my best. I'm not gonna say whose voice, but I think this season has given us an opportunity to change things.
No, to reset.
To reset things to how we want it, so they can take the best of both worlds, right?
Who said that?
I don't know, some fucking poofy haired fuck.
Some world leader I don't want to mention his name.
Anyways, one extreme or the
Just
other.
Dan Trudeau? Is that the one we're
Just
talking about?
Dan.
Is it just Dan Trudeau?
So I was
Look at
just
my
saying,
hair.
I
Look at my
think
hair.
they need to take the best of both worlds. Is why I was saying, maybe they play the other Canadian teams more than they would in prior years, where they
Yeah.
only play them 2 fucking games.
Let
Let them play 4 games, right? Let them play 4 games against everybody, and then their division rivals. Obviously, they're gonna play 5 or 6, like
Yeah.
Montreal and Ottawa.
And just don't touch
Right.
the West? I don't know, right? Because like, does baseball touch each other's division?
They do.
But, like,
but
how
it's
much?
Very, very minimal. Like
I
it's,
know.
It's like I think you play like 1 or 2 or maybe 3 teams out of the National
Yeah,
League.
I know, yeah,
and it's
yeah.
weird because when they do play, so if the National League comes to play, say the Blue
Yeah,
Jays,
baseball has different rules.
they play with
I know,
they
I
play
know.
with the DH.
I know.
Now if you go over to the National League and play against them in their home,
I know.
you have your pitcher has to hit.
Right.
So it's kind of weird, right?
Right.
So, sorry, going to your point of one extreme or the other.
Yeah, which
If
one?
I had to pick one extreme or the other, I would say keep the North Division.
Me too.
And the reason being is
It's fun.
I like the Canadian rivalry.
Yep.
I like being able to talk shit with my Canadian friends and Canadian fans. And 2, this year, as much as we're gonna say it's the cupcake division this year, like teams get better. And one year you're gonna see Canadian teams, all of them coming out hot. And it's gonna be like we have the toughest. We will have the Boston, Washington,
Yep.
Philly, Pittsburgh fucking division where it's like these teams are fucking outrageous.
Yep.
And it will happen.
and-
Ottawa's not a far shot. Like I agree with you in that sense. Ottawa's not a far shot off.
They're-
Ottawa
they're-
would be a good team.
They need to make the right moves.
They're just but they're also young.
They're kind of there, but like again, they beat some teams at points in this season.
But-
but they still got the
They
shit
just
kicked out.
tuned
of them.
up Vancouver tonight.
Pretty
They
much.
tuned them.
Pretty much Edmonton just beat the living fuck out of them all season.
But this
Edmonton
is
tore
what
them
I'm saying.
apart.
So eventually there will be that balance and that structure where the Canadian teams are now on top,
Yep.
quite literally and figuratively. But and that's my thing is like there's ebb and flow to this game, and I think it would actually be a fun format if we had to keep one. If we had to keep
Okay, so now let's talk about, so if most likely we will have to go to either the exact same way it was. Now, let's say it was the exact same way it was. How would we, or you and you and you and me, restructure it? Can I
Talk to
start?
yourself in the third person.
Can I start?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, so I would
Go ahead,
like,
you.
I think when they because they try and do their best with making traveling as least as possible for each team. So they really want to corner each thing. But if you just look at the map, it's like, why isn't that team over there? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, for example, it's like,
Why Chicago in the West?
yeah, you know what I'm saying? It doesn't make any sense. So it's like, okay, look at the Canadian teams. It's just on the east side of Canada.
Or Detroit's in the West?
Should it not be Winnipeg, Toronto, Ottawa,
No,
Montreal? In regards to Canadian teams, Winnipeg, Toronto,
Detroit's
Montreal, Ottawa. They're all on the east side, right? And then the west has the 3. Because it's Vancouver, Calgary, and Edmonton. 2 in the same province and next door. Perfect. Okay. And then those 4 is in one division plus 3 or I guess 4 close American ones. Buffalo, which is at the border. Detroit, the other border, right? New York, which is the other
Actually,
border.
Chicago, I think, would actually be
Right?
closer.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And maybe Boston, whichever one's the closest one. And then the next division will be, because I know that there's Pittsburgh, Philadelphia, Islanders, and all that stuff over there.
That's what I'm saying. I think actually Chicago is actually technically closer
That's
than
fine.
Toronto.
That's fine. Now, and just to make that division, you have Montreal, Toronto, Chicago, Detroit, 4 of the 6 original 6.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, okay, that's a great division. The whole West, Seattle is going to match over there. Colorado's going to match over there.
Well, yeah, because Seattle's close to Vancouver.
Well,
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
That's what I'm
Seattle's
saying.
Seattle's an 8-hour or 6-hour drive from
Like,
Vancouver.
this is the
Not even. That's
restructure.
with traffic.
This is the restructure, right? And no complications. Top 4, top 4, top 4, top 4, right? And then we should all face each other. I think it's I want to face Vancouver. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But mainly, I want to, as a fan, I want to see 6 Montreal Toronto games, and I want to see 2 for everyone faces each other twice, and 6 times over here. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
And equal it up.
You
That's
know,
all.
I think
And make each trip 2 games.
you know I think we did
One trip, 2 games.
I think with this season we also did see one thing though, is I honestly believe that in order to play West teams more, we should increase the number of games. 82 games is feasible, and
They're not going to do that.
No,
it's
they're not gonna
very comfortable.
They're not going
I
to do that
think
because
they could increase the amount of games.
they've worked it out to a science of the amount of time for when they
Yeah.
want to start and when they want to finish.
Yeah.
Right.
No,
That's
no,
that's why they shortened
What's the
this
hardest sport?
season.
What's the hardest sport in the world? Hockey.
Okay, I was like, is this a trick question?
No, it's hockey, right?
Well, it's the toughest. Well, they say
I'm just saying.
it's the toughest championship to win.
Also,
And
yeah, there's
everybody knows
that. They're already playing 82 games,
Yeah.
right? And on top of that, it's like,
I'd say the longest would be baseball because they play 162 fucking,
which is double the
cram
NHL.
it. They cram it in like.
That's what I'm
Exactly.
saying. Like,
Over,
it's,
like, a
it's
lot of-
six. It's six.
Like I was saying to him, it was funny to me because it was like they would do a series and they'd have a day
Yeah.
off, then do a series, have a day off,
Yeah.
which they don't usually do. It's like, and I just looked, it was like they have a series,
Yeah,
then a day off.
I hear it.
No, well, you usually do 6 back to back.
Well,
They usually do a lot of days though.
Like 6 games and a day off.
Sometimes, but
So-
not always.
so
Sometimes
these-
it's just
I think we're all in
jam,
agreement
right?
in regards to like the
Yeah.
restructuring.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If there should be.
This is our opportunity to reset our thinking as to when it comes to playing NHL games.
And question. Now, okay, we all agree of
Yeah.
what the division should look like Vegas and LA and all that, Arizona. Okay, fine. Now, when it comes to the playoffs, do we okay? So we're gonna play in our own. Do we play in our own division, or do you want the 1v8?
No, I want the 1v8.
Me
I
too.
think the 1v8 makes more sense.
So you're saying
That's-
Toronto could
I-
face Vancouver?
I realistically
No,
want them-
1v8 in the conference.
I want them to split.
Yeah.
I
That's
still
what I
think
mean.
of conferences.
Like I want them to split divisions properly again. Or if you're gonna keep the 2 divisions, but figure out how you want to do it, but go back to the 1 versus 8.
Yeah. Okay.
Go back. See what I also said could be implemented is so you have the top teams, so not necessarily East and West, the top teams of the NHL.
Okay.
Okay.
1v16
Exactly.
and 2. Okay.
But
that's
now
something.
you would go, you would have to try to figure out how to
Right.
mix those teams in, right?
Right.
So now you'd maybe go like, you know what I mean?
I
like
hear what you're saying.
8 versus 16 kind of thing, but you're not gonna do that. But
Right.
You'll find a way to mix
The,
them
prob-
in.
the problem that comes into play there is the travel
Yeah.
and the home ice advantage.
At that point though, that doesn't matter to me because it's playoffs.
I
You're
know.
going there. I understand what you mean, the travel, because they're gonna have to come. It's 2 games and 2 games, but at least in my opinion, I would like to see that because you're gonna see teams you never saw
Okay.
playing against you in the playoffs before.
Okay. So
Like Toronto potentially could face Anaheim in the first round, which is that's kind of cool because it's different, it's new,
yeah.
right? It's fresh, it's making it different, right?
Okay,
It's
I
difficult,
would say
but
I would say this: the reason why we're in this problem that we all agree on, where everyone this is a problem, the NHL is a problem, is because they have complex simplicity, right? And we are going towards back to simplicity, and I think your idea is nice and it's more fair.
Exactly.
It
But
also
it would
has,
never happen.
It's a complexity.
It would never happen.
We're
I'm
still-
just saying. I think it would be interesting.
Right.
Right. It would spice it up a little bit.
Okay.
And it would allow fans to see a different matchup than what we always see.
I hear what you're
How
saying.
many times are you going to see? Like,
It's random.
You know what I mean?
You're right.
Toronto plays Boston. It's like one of those things now.
So the
We
main
keep
question,
seeing it.
okay, so we all
Right.
agree 1v8, but 1v8 because of, so should the division, so the conference be north and south, or east and west?
East and West.
I think it should be north and south. That, like, we face Vancouver regularly and not once a year. Get it? You understand what I'm saying?
I see what
And
you're
play
saying.
all the deserts.
Oh, I thought you meant for playoffs.
That's
Sorry.
what I mean.
Yeah.
So all the Canadian teams should be in the North Division, the conference, and all of the desert teams and the and the beach teams should be in the South.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm trying to say?
I can see what you're saying. Yeah.
That's the perfect
To be
structure.
honest, I would coin toss that one. I wouldn't even give a shit, to be quite honest with you.
At the end of the day, I think they're just gonna once they're able to go back to normal. I think they're just gonna go right back to the wild card. They're gonna say too fucking bad.
I know.
Fuck yourself. They're gonna go back to the divisions they had, and they're gonna go, well, this is how it was, but it's like it's broken and it needs to be fixed because your format's stupid.
I think they will.
At the end of the day, do I want the Leafs to finish first, or do I want them to finish?
Right. Well,
But do I want them to kind of finish play like shit at points so they can finish in third? You know what I mean? Or
I know.
So they don't have to play or whatever. Like they finish the wild card, so they don't have to play Boston again. You know what I'm trying to say? Like it's fucking stupid the way I have it set up.
we have some good news. The good news is once things do get back to normal, they are forced to do some sort of restructure.
Okay.
Because of Seattle. They
sure.
have to do a restructure. There is going to be at least a little bit, and
Well, they're gonna restructure the conferences.
yeah,
But I don't know if that means restructure.
they might take the opportunity.
format.
They might take the opportunity, like kind of like the official post-COVID world is going to be a very like, hey, this is like the new beginning type of thing.
Yeah.
And they might just totally fuck with it all.
The Great Reset.
It is the Great Reset. I mean, like when your own leader is telling you with hey, this is a great opportunity to change everything. It's a reset. Hello, cryptocurrency's coming in.
All right. Anyways,
like
You started.
we're delving into talking politics.
it's not politics. It's right there in front of your face. It's not even
Talking
politics.
Pointless.
We are talking pointless.
Yeah.
But anyways, we're gonna move on.
Last one. Last thing. CFL and XFL merger. Should it happen?
I do believe it's already happened. I
Okay.
need to double check my
Well,
facts.
Okay, so then is it a good thing? Is it a bad thing? Who does it help more? The XFL or CFL?
To be honest, sorry. Go ahead.
Sorry, I was gonna say. I think at the end of the day, I think it helps probably the XFL a little more because they just came in and then now it's COVID and they haven't been able to do fuck all. So I think it's gonna help them a bit more to get off the ground. But obviously, at the end of the day, it's kind of they're gonna help each other.
I think it's
Because
even. I think it's even.
The CFL is
Yeah.
pretty low stock. Nobody really gives a fuck
I was
about it.
Yeah.
just
right?
about to say
And
that.
then at least it gives them more teams and like at least it's a league, not where it's
So-
fucking like there's 8
So
teams. and
what
keep
happens
kicking
now?
around? You know?
So like what XFL is the extreme football league, no?
Yeah.
So that's
Owned
different.
by Dwayne the Rock
I know.
Johnson.
So it's
And
different.
Vince.
It's
I think
different.
Vince
and yeah, Vince has a finger. in
Yeah,
the
it's
pie.
true. It's right.
Well,
so
Vince
it's,
is the one that started it.
Yeah.
so
That was
so
you.
so the CFL basically teamed up with Vince McMahon.
Dwayne more.
But it has the Vince McMahon like show business.
Yeah.
You get what I'm trying to say?
Didn't The Rock play in the CFL?
Yes, he did.
He played for the Argos.
Yes,
didn't
he did.
Yeah.
He played a couple
Argos,
games.
I don't know. Did he play Argos?
No. It was
No.
the West Calgary.
Lions.
BC Lions.
Might have been
Edmonton
BC.
Eskimos.
Eskimos.
Rough Riders.
Rough Rider. One of
Blue
those.
Bombers.
One of those. It was on the West though.
Anyway,
It was on the West.
Alouettes.
he played.
It was Alberta,
No,
like
Alouettes
somewhere in
is
Alberta.
Montreal.
There.
All right. So anyways,
Anyway.
so going back to it. It's a coin toss.
Yeah.
I mean, to say it's good or bad, we've yet to see. Who does it benefit more? We yet to see.
Sure.
Realistically, like all it's gonna do is it's going to bring in more eligible players.
And a lot of
That
fans.
are-
a lot more fans.
I don't even know about that, but it's
Yeah,
just gonna
Like
bring
I
in-
said, it's more teams. It makes it more exciting,
Yeah.
and I think they're getting rid of the 3 down rule, which a lot.
Well,
of
that's
people
what I was
don't
gonna
care
say is
Yeah.
whose rules are they going to adopt?
They're going with I think 4 downs. It's going to be almost like NFL rules.
I think they should just
I think that's what
lower,
they're gonna push for.
small in the football, make it 4 downs, and shut up.
But what was it? What was the difference of like NFL to
Okay,
XFL?
I got it, I got
I'm
it.
just curious. Like I don't know the actual.
XFL? Oh, I don't
Like,
know.
what were the
XFL.
what were the rules?
Extreme, like crazy. I think I don't know.
They were very lax on like roughing the passer and certain hits and stuff like that.
It's just
a little more brutal.
If wrestling, if the WWE made a league, which they did, so that's what it is.
It's more
drop kicks.
It's more brutal in the hitting.
Like, is it like Waterboy? Like
and I think there's less.
I don't know why I heard waterboarding there. I was like, no.
Isn't the field smaller? Isn't the field smaller?
In XFL?
Yeah.
I think it was like arena style.
Yeah, it is. Right. It is. So this is what I'm saying.
That's a lingerie.
I think
ball.
they're probably gonna sit down and hash out all the ideas.
Yeah, but what
come to it?
Does the CFL change, or does the XFL change?
Honestly, I think the XFL changes because I think the CFL is gonna come and be like, listen, like you're kind of like this fucking wrestling, fucking random league coming in, and like we at least have some structure, and like we've been around for a long fucking time.
But see, then the question is...
So they're going to have a little more leeway to say yes and no on
But then the question is again, so CFL rules are 3 downs. The field is 10 yards longer. Because we have a... Like,
the touchdown is bigger.
No, the touchdown zone is bigger.
Yeah,
but
bigger.
we have the 50-yard line is not the true 50-yard line. You know what I mean? Like we have 50 yards on each side of the 50-yard line.
Okay.
Is that really?
Yeah, we have a bigger field.
I don't know enough of the
you know,
3 downs and you have a bigger field. That's retarded.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey,
we have a bigger ball.
Yeah, the bigger ball is like.
I don't know.
You know, there's
again, they're probably gonna work in between, and they're gonna fucking say yes to this, no to that, this, no to that. And
listen,
it's gonna be a work in progress.
Listen. If I see someone stunner a quarterback, I'm happy. All right,
Yeah.
I want to see an RKO out of nowhere.
I want to see Stone Cold as a
commentator,
special referee.
No. I want him as a commentator. Goddamn right. No, actually, as a referee would be better. Ref, what the fuck is that guy? Stone Cold said so. That's why.
Shut your goddamn mouth. Don't be a bear. But he's like, that's a touchdown. And that's the bottom line because Stone Cold said so. You shut your mouth.
And Kurt Angle. But anyway,
could you imagine each team has like a walk-in?
They should. They should. Like that's how they should actually do. Okay,
now they're doing it like every team has a power up. They're like, here's my Kurt Angle card. He comes and just gives it to a guy.
Okay, so
start ankle locking your quarterback.
I think that league.
He's out of the game.
Okay, guys. So I think that league loses if the XFL if they merge into more of an XFL type of league.
Yeah.
Because CFL is obviously more established. They've been there longer. All that stuff. Plus, there is a mutual. They're always attempting to tie into the NFL. Right, the talks of Toronto becoming an NFL team. The talks of I think they've done it. Toronto versus the Buffalo Bills every year.
But I'm telling you, I think this right now.
No, Buffalo plays in Toronto.
Every year.
Yeah. Doing this gives them
with Toronto. No, that's right.
They play
so
a game
doing this gives them an opportunity to obviously become something close to the NFL, right? Maybe it competes with them.
The XFL cannot be it cannot become the XFL more. XFL has to merge into the CFL. If they don't, NFL is losing compatibility with the CFL.
So now what do they call it? Is it going to be called the XFL?
It's going to be, I think it's, I'm just saying.
CXFL.
I'm just saying if CFL submits to the XFL, then all of their work to ties with the NFL, NFL's not going to look at them as even serious anymore, right? There was potential. There is that kind of stuff. If you go into the XFL, you're a clown show now.
Yeah. See, I've said this before, and with the CFL, and I've always kind of made the jokes is, CFL has kind of been a bit of a proving ground for NFL players, like Tebow after he took
NFL players go to the CFL all the time.
But this is what I'm saying. So
they won't do that.
And even young kids that don't make the NFL come to the CFL, and then they sometimes get a crack. The CFL needs to try to figure out a way to work its ass into almost being like a minor affiliate. I think that is the way to go, is because these players are drafted almost primarily out of college, and those are the guys that then go to the NFL. It's very rare that they'll pick a kid straight out of high school. 95% of the time they tell them, go to college, play through college ball, then the NFL. But what happens to, there's 57 players on a team. You pick up 10 guys. What happens to the other 47 players?
Yeah.
They get trickled down into.
Oh yeah, I know.
They get trickled down into either playing in the CFL or they work as a mechanic. So, I think this is the thing is you actually now give an opportunity to become like a minor affiliate where these kids are like, okay, look, I have a chance to prove myself in another league, and there's more teams. Like, yes, there's a lot of universities out there, but you can only go to university for so long there, Van Wilder. Like, get the fuck out. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, movie references.
Okay, so next we
Moving
have,
on.
Is it? Yeah, okay. The UFC over the weekend. Some really disgusting things took place.
We've come full circle.
Everyone knows about it.
So,
Everyone saw it.
I'm not gonna lie, I kind of jumped for fucking joy when it happened because I am a huge Anderson Silva fan.
Yeah.
Did you jump on one
Like,
leg though?
I do feel bad for Chris Weidman for breaking his leg. I don't wish that upon anybody. That's a horrible injury. I'm sure it was very painful. I know he's in excruciating pain.
Oh my god, when he stepped
but that's... But
when
the
he
thing
stepped
was-
on it, man.
So,
Yuck.
for
and
me...
it went like a finger.
Oh,
curling.
stop.
Anderson Silva...
Stop.
is my
How did not rip out of the
favorite-
butt? Oh.
Anderson Silva is my favorite fighter of all time. And I love the entertainment factor he brought, everything he did in the sport. Fantastic. One of the best strikers to ever be in the UFC. And I know Joe Rogan will tell you that. So, at the end of the day, Uriah Hall is another fighter who I love. I think he's a fantastic fighter. He just hasn't got to that point to get that shot yet. He's had some wins and then he'll have a loss, but now he's on, I think now a 5-fight win streak, I believe.
Who?
Uriah Hall.
Oh, okay.
After this leg-breaking incident, which it's kind of funny because Uriah Hall just beat Anderson Silva to go fight Chris Weidman, and then Chris Weidman breaks his leg the same way that it happened to Anderson Silva, and I know that he tried to act like he did it on purpose, or like, we trained that like block. It's like, get fucked. Like, he broke his leg by accident because he kicked you hard, and you checked it in a way that, his leg broke. So the fact that it happened to him, the exact same injury, it's kind of funny, but I'm not gonna laugh about it.
You're laughing, you idiot.
But anyway.
So sorry. Going to that whole point is, I mean, what goes around comes around, and sometimes it's your ankle kicking you in the back of the head.
So it was a little bit of karma, and it came full circle.
It's unfortunate, but it's the way she goes in the fighting business. Thug Rose won.
Yeah, UFC 261 was very good.
Thug Rose, controversial though. Was Wile out?
Yeah, she was.
100%. I agree. She was.
She was done. There was no controversy there. She was done.
And then Guzman. Usman.
Kamaru Uz.
Oh, it is Usman. Excuse me. Ooze.
Yeah, he knocked the living shit out of Jorge Masvidal.
That was great.
He it was so the way when he punched him, it looked like a scene from Bloodsport. The sweat flew off his fucking face in a way, and the way he hit him, it looked like it was in slow mo. It was like, it just, you saw the sweat flap. It was like the outline of his face.
Masvidal
in sweat.
Masvidal almost got an Herbal Essences commercial just off that knockout.
But he clawed. It was a tremendous knockout. Tremendous.
Maybe he's born with it. Maybe he's knocked the fuck out.
It was beautiful. Absolutely beautiful.
Yeah.
And now that kind of...
So who does he fight next?
So they've already said the next fight will be Colby Covington.
Mm-hmm. There you go.
And I know those two hate each other tremendously. They do not like each other.
Mm-hmm.
So it's going to be a good fight. But the question comes down to, obviously, that's his next fight. But he's obviously put himself in that conversation of, the next guy, the next big fighter. Because, obviously, Adesanya lost that stock, losing to Blachowicz. He lost his stock.
What is he? 17. He's 17 wins now, right, in the UFC.
I'm not sure the actual numbers.
All I remember is they were talking about
what I'm
how
saying is that
he's almost in line for the fights. Fight wins.
Especially if his next fight, if he walks through Covington, he's the next guy that's in that Conor McGregor situation where it's now we're gonna make super fights and he's gonna make big money. Mm-hmm. He's in that conversation now where he's gonna get pushed into those fights and he's one of the best in the UFC. So it's
McGregor's already talking about it. 170 looks good.
McGregor's already talking shit about fucking Usman because he's smart. because he talks shit, and
I'm
then he knows they
gonna
get mad, and they're like,
Okay.
he's the money fight.
I'm
They
gonna
wanna
have to
fight him.
slap him for taking my
Okay, so that concludes this episode. For the next one, we're going to be talking right away about Logan Paul, Jake Paul, Mayweather, boxing, the whole YouTube, getting into sports, YouTubers getting into sports thing. So that's what we're going to be touching upon that probably the most. So stay tuned for the next episode. You want to wrap it up?
I mean, you were already there. Just go ahead and say
But
it.
you do your thing.
But come on.
Like, share, follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and you know what?
YouTube.
And YouTube. And honestly, I mean, whichever one you're looking on, like, we see your comments. Comment. Like, do more comments. If there's one little thing you disagree with, fight us. I'll be there. Okay? And then he's gonna chime in and pretend he's on your side and my side, just in the middle. I call him Mr. Fence. You know what I mean? He's like, But anyway.
I thought you were gonna do it.
No, you do
But
it.
if
I
there's
was
any legal situations, don't take us to court because we might be in some trouble.
Do it. Take me to court. Do it.
And talk points, baby. Woo!